Hi, my name is Willing. A friend of yours sent you this video to share some very important insights as to why he chose this industry. These 4 questions are the same questions I asked myself 12 years ago when I left my job and coming into this business, having a 5-figure salary. First of all, I'd like to share with you, where would I like to be? Now, this book is a very famous book written by Robert Kiyosaki. It's called the Cash Flow Quadrant. I read this book when I was 32. Basically, it divides the society into 4 groups of people. First being employees and self-employed. Self-employed are small business owners or people with higher qualifications and basically having higher income. Now, employees and self-employed basically exchange time for money. They're in a high risk position because once they don't exchange time for money, that means if they don't work, they don't have any money or salary. The other group are business owners and investors. A business owner is a person who has more than 500 people working for them. Now, unlike the employees or self-employed, the business owners and investors exchange assets for money. That means that they have a group of people working for them. They have properties that they're earning rental income from, or they have franchises that they're earning royalty from, or they have investments that they invest wisely and they make money through dividends or selling it. Now, these 4 groups of people basically have different freedoms or luxuries. For example, the employees and self-employed are 95% of the population, but they only own 5% of the world's wealth, and they have no freedom. In a sense, they don't really have choices to stop working. So they can't stop working because they exchange time for money. I came from an employee. My father came from an employee, and now he's self-employed. Now, the other group, business and investors, they are 5% of the population, but they own 95% of the world's wealth. A bit unfair, as you can see. But they have time and they do have financial freedom, because they exchange assets for money. What is important here is, where would I like to be? So that was a question I asked myself. Where would I like to be? I probably like to be in the business owner and investor. And 12 years ago, when I started this business, I saw that this platform was able to allow me to come into this business owner quadrant. Next, leverage. This is a very important question, especially for people who work. Now, a lot of times after we study for a couple of years, and at 20 we start to work, and we work for 40 years until we're 60, and of course we enjoy our retirement. Now, if you look at that equation, basically in a lifetime, if we work 8 hours a day, 300 days, not including weekends or holidays, for 40 years, we'll probably be working approximately 100,000 hours. That means in your entire lifetime, you have 100,000 hours to work to generate income for you, your family, and your loved ones. What happens if you have 150 partners using a platform, and each of them do 1 year's work, which is 300 days, and every day for 3 hours only? Already that is 135,000 hours, which is more than your entire lifetime. So instead of working 40 hours, if there is an opportunity that allows you to work hard for 3 to 5 years, since you're going to be working hard anyway for 40 years, and then allow you to have the freedom to choose the lifestyle that you would like, to do the things that you'd like. Now, why is that important? Because right now, there's a very famous guy called Andrew Carnegie, who was a very famous industrialist, and he said, I'd rather have 1% of the efforts of 100 people than 100% of my own. And that's very important, especially for professionals, when right now they're typically having no time or having no income. Well, I'm not saying no income, but less of income, and they probably would look at their paycheck and say they're worth more than what they're paid every month. I think the third question we'd like to ask is really, how would I like to live? Well, let's take a look at a graph, money versus our life. And at 60, as we retire, we live comfortably until 80, and we probably need a amount of money to live till 80 saved. So after retirement, because you're no longer working, you probably need to have some amount of savings. So $10,000 a month, 12 months in a year for 20 years, because you're living till 80, you probably would need $2.4 million of savings to allow you to live comfortably until 80. However, if you were to live till 90, you probably would have to save more or use less so that your money can stretch for another extra 10 years. Now, if you're going to have to save $2.4 million by the age of 60, you probably have to start saving them early in your life. So if you're going to be working for 40 years, that means you're going to start saving at the age of 20. That's $5,000 a month for 12 months in a year, and that equals to $2.4 million. And that's a stretch. That's quite hard for most people. Most people's income don't even start with $5,000, let alone starting to save at $5,000. So a lot of people would choose financial instruments to help them increase their money. For example, investments or savings. Hopefully they would have high gain and of course little risk, but sometimes in order to have more gain, you have to take more risk. That makes this 40 years a life where you dare not spend too much because you want to plan for retirement. And hopefully the financial tools that you use are helping you. If not, they could be negatively impacting your savings. Now, when you do have $2.4 million, you sometimes may have to compromise in terms of your medical, your health, and your lifestyle, and carefully spend the amount of money that you do have, because you do want to stretch it, just in case, you live to 90 or 100. So think about that kind of life. What kind of life would that be? What happens if there was a platform, and in this case, network marketing business model, that probably allows you to start maybe 20, 30, 40 years or 50. It doesn't really matter when, because the investments is very, very low and you're investing in yourself. But because of the power of exponential growth, the power of leverage, this allows you to grow your income geometrically or exponentially, or in other words, compounding passive income. Now, this is great because you need the money in the later years of your life, and that's where most of the money will compound. That gives you a better lifestyle to live, a lifestyle of your dreams, the things that you like to do, and of course, an inheritance for your next generation. So if you look at this graph, you probably would like to say, well, how would you like to live? For me, when I saw this question, of course, I like to live the lifestyle and dreams that I'd like, and to work hard and to pass this on to my next generation. I hope that you see that as well. Lastly, the fourth question is, where do I want to be 3 years from now? I'm sure we're all very busy, working hard in our careers and in our businesses, but where do we really want to be 3 years from now? Do you want to be continuing working? Do you want to continue to have the time to spend with your family, to have the health that you would like, to travel to the places that you'd like you to go and to do the things that you like to do, to be with the people that you like to? And this question really caused me to think about the things I want. And of course, I want to spend with the people I love, my parents, my family, my children, and the friends, and to do the things I like to do. And I found that this opportunity would be able to allow me to do that in 3 to 5 years' time. And that's where I achieved that. So your friend sent you this video to share with you this insight, which was one of the reasons why they started this business, and hope that when you see this video and it gives you some insight as to why it would be aligned to your lifestyle, things that you like to do. And if that's the case, do talk to your friend again and find out from him or her why this business makes sense right now in this economy, in our lifetime as well, for the next generation. We'd like to thank you for paying attention and spending some time to watch this video. I hope that it makes sense to you, and do get back to the friend who sent you this video. All right, thank you so much.